Hello kids, thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk about global warming, a gift from the sun, brought to you by your Heartland friends. I'm your host and friend, Freddie Singer. Today, we're going to talk to my friends, Ricky the Bear, Christy the Fairy, Patty the Kitty, Carl the Fish, and the Sun about how great global warming is. Global warming is natural and good, and if there were any problems, it's nothing that innovative American companies can't handle. Now I'd like to introduce you to my first guest, Ricky the Bear. Hi Ricky, how are you today?
Hi Freddie, I'm doing just fine. Thank you for inviting me on today. I'm going to talk about CO2. Emissions from CO2 started in the 1940s, but didn't get warm until 1975. In fact, people used to be afraid that the world was getting covered in ice. Can you believe that?
No, Ricky, I really can't. Thank you very much for your informative view. I'd like you to meet Christy the Fairy, who lives up in the cool sky. Hi, Christy. How are you today?
I'm doing really well, Freddie. Thanks for asking. It's so cool up here. It's such a nice temperature. I love living in the sky.
Really? Today, I'm talking to my friends about global warming. So, Christy, what do you think about global warming?
I don't think it exists, really. I don't think global warming's a thing at all. Most of the measurements are done in the cities, where all the streets and sidewalks and pavements make it hot. But up in the clouds where I live, it's nice and cool. It's too bad those scientists didn't check the temperature up here with me, or even out in the forests. But you know scientists, they don't like to leave their books in laboratories. Besides, where would they plug their computers into in their tents?
Thank you, Christy. That's a very interesting perspective. I appreciate you being on my show.
No problem, Freddie. Thanks for asking.
You see, kids, for hundreds of years the world has become hot or has become cold. We know that 1,000 years ago the world got really hot, even hotter than it is today. But it was actually a good thing, just like it is now. We call it the medieval warm period. Because the ice melted, the Vikings got to go exploring. Places like England, where it's usually cold and sad, warmed up so children like you could go outside and play. Grapes grew everywhere, so the adults had lots of wine, and that made them happy. And remember, boys and girls, 1,000 years ago there were no cars or Nintendos or electricity. It just got warmer because of the sun.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm so glad my friend Freddie invited me to talk to you today. It just makes me so happy, and sometimes when I get happy, I get little spots. These spots are super hot, even for me. And when that happens, it makes the earth just a little bit warmer. It's like I'm giving you a great big hug.
A hug from the sun. There's nothing better. And now, I'll introduce you to my other friend, Patty the Kitty. Hi, Patty. How are you today?
I'm really well, Freddie. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I was just teaching the kids today about global warming. What do you have to say about global warming?
Well, boys and girls, you know that kitties like me like to be warm and lie in the sun. And I'm here to tell you that just like the medieval warm period, global warming in the 21st century is going to be great. All the new inventions and technology are just making the sun so happy. And remember what happens when the sun gets happy.
Sunspots!
That's right. We're all going to get a nice, great, big hug from the sun. And you know those great inventions that are making the sun so happy? Cars and factories and power plants? Well, the gas they're putting out, called carbon dioxide, is making the plants happy too. Happy plants means that they'll grow more, and so farmers will have more crops and everyone will have